Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most intriguing and highly sought-after coins in American history, the 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. This small copper coin, barely an inch in diameter, has become one of the most talked-about rarities in the world of numismatics. And yes, you heard it right, its current market value can reach a jaw-dropping $55,200. Stick around as we uncover the rich history, unique features, and incredible worth of this seemingly ordinary but ultra-rare penny. Let's begin by rewinding the clock to 1956, a year that marked post-war economic growth in America, the golden age of automobiles, and the rise of suburban living. It was also a major year in coin production at the United States Mint. The Lincoln Wheat penny, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, was still being minted with its iconic wheat reverse design. These pennies were produced in massive numbers, especially at the Philadelphia Mint, which issued coins without a mint mark. Now, let's get to the details of the 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. This penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins. More than 420 million of these pennies were made, a high mintage number that would suggest these coins are common. But here's the twist: not all 1956 pennies are created equal. While the majority of these coins may only be worth a few cents today, a tiny fraction of them have unique qualities, rare errors, and pristine conditions that make them extremely valuable to collectors. And it's those few rare examples that have driven up their value into the tens of thousands of dollars. We're talking about coins in mint state condition, coins with proof-like surfaces, and even coins that feature die errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, even if the mint mark wasn't originally visible. Let's take a moment to focus on the design. On the obverse, or front of the coin, you'll find the right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Above his head reads the words, "In God We Trust," while "Liberty" is to the left and the date, 1956, appears to the right. Since it's minted in Philadelphia, there's no mint mark under the date. On the reverse, you'll see the iconic two wheat ears wrapping around the sides, encircling the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum above. The Lincoln Wheat design, created by Victor David Brenner, is one of the most beloved and longest-running designs in U.S. coin history. It was in circulation from 1909 to 1958, before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. The 1956 version is among the last years of the wheat penny era, which adds even more nostalgic and collectible value to this piece. Now let's get into the money talk. What makes this penny worth $55,200? The value depends heavily on three key factors: condition, rarity, and demand. Let's start with condition. Collectors crave coins that have been preserved in near-perfect shape, especially MS66, MS67, and MS68 grades. These coins have sharp details, strong luster, and no visible wear. One 1956 no-mint mark wheat penny, graded MS67 Plus read by PCGS, sold at auction for over $55,000 due to its pristine condition and eye appeal. In the coin world, color also matters. Red pennies, which retain their original bright copper sheen, are worth significantly more than their brown or red-brown counterparts. Next, we have rarity. While over 420 million of these coins were produced, perfect specimens are extremely rare. Combine that with special die varieties or minting errors, and you're looking at a truly unique coin that commands top dollar. Some 1956 pennies also display doubling on the date or lettering, known as double die obverse. Others have die breaks, lamination flaws, or were struck slightly off-center, all of which increase the value even further. And finally, there's demand. The Lincoln Wheat series is one of the most popular sets collected by U.S. numismatists. Enthusiasts from all around the world seek to complete their collections with every year and mint mark, and finding a flawless or error-rich 1956 penny can fill an important gap in those sets. This demand drives up the value, especially when such coins come to auction. Let's look at a few real-world examples. In one public auction, a 1956 no-mint mark wheat penny graded MS67 Plus Red was sold for $55,200 due to its outstanding surface preservation and visual quality. Other examples in lower mint states, like MS66 Red, have fetched between $300 to $2,000, depending on demand and error presence. Even circulated versions, if they have notable errors, can bring in hundreds of dollars. So how can you tell if you might have a valuable 1956 Lincoln wheat penny in your possession? First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and examine the coin carefully. Look for sharp details on Lincoln's hair and cheek, and inspect the date for any signs of doubling. Check the fields for luster and surface blemishes. If your coin looks nearly flawless and retains that original red copper tone, you may be looking at a hidden treasure. It's also a good idea to weigh the coin. A standard 1956 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, being made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. If your coin is drastically under or overweight, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet, another rare and valuable error. If you think you've got a gem, consider having your coin professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade certification can dramatically increase your coin's market value, and it adds credibility when selling or showcasing your piece. So, what's the takeaway from today's video? The 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny may look like an ordinary copper coin, but in rare cases, it can be worth a fortune. With a current market value reaching up to $55,200, this little penny is a perfect example of how everyday pocket change could be a collector's dream. Whether it's a flawless mint state specimen or a wild minting error, these coins are highly prized in the numismatic community. So don't overlook those pennies at the bottom of your change jar. The next time you come across a 1956 wheat penny with no mint mark, take a closer look. It just might be worth more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, and let us know what other coins you'd like us to cover next. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's exciting video, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1957 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny copper coin, which you might even have lying forgotten in an old jar, could be worth a life-changing $66,208. So grab your magnifying glass, get comfortable, and let's explore the story, the history, and the hidden secrets behind this legendary penny. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the Indian head penny and became the first American coin to feature a real historical figure. From 1909 until 1958, the reverse of the coin featured two wheat stalks, which is why these coins are famously known as wheat pennies. The obverse, or front of the coin, featured the classic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Now, let's fast forward to the year 1957. America was deep into the post-war era. Elvis Presley was taking over the airwaves, the space race was heating up, and millions of pennies were being minted every day. In 1957 alone, the Philadelphia Mint, which issues coins without a mint mark, produced more than 282 million Lincoln wheat pennies. That's a massive number. But don't let the high mintage fool you. Hidden within that sea of copper are rare gems, error coins, and pristine condition specimens that can be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. So what makes the 1957 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable today? First, let's break it down. Most 1957 pennies are made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. They weigh about 3.11 grams. But what collectors and dealers look for isn't just the year, it's the condition, rarity, and any special features that set a coin apart from the rest. Let's talk about condition. In numismatics, coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded as MS, or mint state, means it hasn't been in circulation and still has its original luster. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. And here's where it gets exciting. A 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny in MS67 plus red condition, with brilliant red luster and virtually no marks or wear, sold at auction for an astonishing $66,208. That's right, over $66,000 for a single penny. Why would someone pay that much? Well, it comes down to a combination of rarity and demand. High-grade wheat pennies from the 1950s, especially those with no mint mark and stunning red coloration, are incredibly hard to find. Most pennies from that time were handled, spent, or thrown into jars, making pristine examples very rare. Coin collectors, especially those assembling registry sets, are willing to pay a premium to secure the finest known examples. Now, let's talk about another factor: mint errors. While the standard 1957 no mint mark penny is valuable in perfect condition, some error coins can be worth even more. Look out for double die obverse, where the lettering and numbers appear slightly doubled, especially in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks from the Denver version are also desirable, but in this case, we're focusing on the Philadelphia no mint mark version. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1957 wheat penny? First, check for the mint mark, or in this case, the absence of one. No mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Then, examine the coin's surface. If it still shines like it did the day it was minted, and there are no scratches, marks, or signs of wear, you may have something special. A coin with original red luster is considered more desirable than one that has toned brown or developed spots. Next, look for any oddities, like doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual shapes on the rim or lettering. If you think you have a rare or valuable coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will certify the coin's authenticity and condition and assign it a grade. A coin with an official grade of MS66, MS67, or higher can fetch incredible amounts at auction. Remember, the $66,208 example was a top-grade MS67 plus red coin certified by a professional grading service and sold to a serious collector. Now, let's talk about the historical value. The 1957 wheat penny represents the end of an era. Just 1 year later, in 1958, the U.S. Mint produced the last wheat cent before switching to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. That means the 1957 wheat penny is among the final issues of a beloved American coinage tradition that lasted for nearly half a century. This historical significance only adds to the coin's appeal and value in the eyes of collectors. So where can you find a 1957 no mint mark wheat penny today? You might be surprised. These coins still show up in circulation from time to time. You can check your pocket change, search through rolls of pennies from the bank, or visit coin shops, estate sales, flea markets, and online auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions. But remember, most 1957 pennies are only worth a few cents to $1 unless they are in top-notch condition or have rare errors. To recap, the 1957 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny may look like a common coin, but in pristine condition or with the right error, it can be worth thousands, even as much as $66,208. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting started, the thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. So take a look through your change jar, dig through that old drawer, and check those penny rolls, because one of the most valuable pennies in the world could be waiting just beneath your fingertips. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1957 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a future video on rare coins, hidden treasures, and numismatic gold mines. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare wheat penny, or if you think you might have one in your collection. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next penny be a priceless one. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we have an exciting and in-depth look into a legendary piece of American coinage history, the 1958 D-Mint Mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This 1-cent coin might seem like just another old penny at first glance, but don't be fooled. This coin, in rare condition, can be worth a jaw-dropping $76,556 in today's coin market. That's right, a single penny potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars. So buckle up as we explore the history, characteristics, errors, and reasons behind the high value of this incredible coin. Let's start with the background. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and it was designed by Victor David Brenner. From 1909 to 1958, the coin featured wheat ears on the reverse, which gave the coin its nickname, the Wheat Penny. Now, the 1958 D Lincoln Wheat Penny marks the end of an era. This coin was the final year the U.S. Mint struck the Lincoln penny with the iconic wheat reverse design. In 1959, the reverse design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. So already, the 1958 Wheat Penny has historical significance, being the last of its kind. Let's talk mintage. The 1958 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint and features a D Mint mark just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. In total, over 800 million of these coins were minted, specifically 800,953,300. Yes, that's a huge number, which means that the coin is common in circulated condition. However, when it comes to coin collecting, it's all about rarity, condition, and errors, and that's where the 1958 D penny becomes fascinating. One of the main reasons this penny is considered extremely valuable today is because of its condition in rare, uncirculated states. High-grade specimens that have been carefully preserved in mint state condition, especially with grades like MS67, MS68, or higher, can command massive prices. This is due to the extreme difficulty in finding these coins without nicks, scratches, or toning even after decades of storage. Coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC have certified only a very small number of 1958 D Wheat pennies in ultra-high mint state grades, and these are the coins that can fetch over $70,000 at auction. Let's now talk about the design. On the obverse, we see the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above him is the motto, "In God We Trust." To the left of Lincoln is the word, "Liberty," and to the right is the date, 1958, followed by the small D Mint mark indicating it was struck in Denver. The reverse features the inscription, 1 cent, and United States of America, in large capital letters, with two stylized wheat stalks curving along the left and right edges of the coin. Above is the Latin motto, E pluribus unum. It's a timeless design that stood for almost 50 years and is beloved by collectors today. So what makes certain 1958 D Lincoln pennies worth over $76,000 while most are worth just a few cents? First and foremost, condition. Coins graded at MS68 red by PCGS, which means they retain their full original red mint luster and have virtually no flaws even under magnification, are extremely rare. Only a few exist in this grade or higher. Collectors and investors will pay premium prices for these top-condition coins because of their scarcity. One such MS68 red 1958 D penny sold at auction for a staggering $76,556. Now let's talk about errors and varieties. While the 1958 D is not as famous for errors as its sibling, the 1958 No Mint Mark Philadelphia coin, which includes the famous 1958 double die obverse variety, there are still minor varieties in the Denver mintage. Some collectors have identified repunched mint marks, die breaks, and small double dies on lettering. These minor errors can increase the value of a coin, especially if it is in excellent condition. Another important aspect is eye appeal. Coins with strong luster, sharp strikes, and beautiful color toning are more attractive to collectors. A well-struck 1958 D penny with blazing red color can command a significant premium. Even if a coin doesn't hit the MS68 level, A visually striking MS-66 or MS-67 red coin can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So how can you tell if you have a 1958 D Lincoln wheat penny that's worth serious money? First, examine the coin's condition. Does it have full detail, original red luster, and minimal marks or wear? If so, it might be worth getting graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Second, check for errors or varieties. A coin with a repunched mint mark or other die variety could be much more valuable than a standard strike. Third, store your coins properly. Keep them in coin flips, holders, or capsules to prevent damage and preserve their condition over time. And now, let's take a look at some actual auction results to show you just how high this coin's value can go. In one recent public auction, a 1958 D Lincoln wheat penny graded MS-68 red by PCGS sold for an astonishing $76,556. Other coins in slightly lower grades like MS-67 Plus red have sold for over $4,000 to $6,000. Even MS-66 red examples can sell for $100 to $300 depending on market demand. So yes, there's real money in these small cents. So where can you find a 1958 D wheat penny? Believe it or not, it's still possible to find these in circulation, pocket change, coin jars, or old coin rolls from the bank. You can also check estate sales, flea markets, antique stores, and of course, online marketplaces. Many coin collectors and investors still search coin rolls hoping to strike gold with one of these high-grade or rare pennies. Now let's briefly touch on the difference between red-brown, and brown designations. These refer to the color and luster of copper coins. Red RD coins retain at least 95% of their original mint red color. Red-brown RB coins show a mix of red and brown toning. Brown BN coins have mostly turned dark due to oxidation over time. Red coins are always the most valuable, followed by red-brown, and then brown. In conclusion, the 1958 D mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is more than just the last of the wheat ears. It is a treasured piece of American history. Its connection to President Lincoln, its classic design, and its rarity and high grades make it one of the most sought-after coins in the Lincoln cent series. And if you happen to own one in gem condition or with a rare error, you could be holding a coin worth as much as $76,556 or more. So don't overlook those old pennies, because treasure might just be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth videos on rare and valuable coins. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare Lincoln penny, or if you want us to cover another coin in a future video. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and happy hunting!